Hello everybody, it's Saturday, December 9th, 2017. That can only mean one thing. And no, the world hasn't come to an end yet. That means it's time for the absolutely, completely random podcast. And I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes. Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to have survived another horrible week of night shift. I can't tell you how much I hate night shift. It doesn't... There's no emoticon for what I am feeling. And that's the downside of this. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it's Saturday, December 9th. It's snowing outside where I am, so I was unable to get my Dr. Pepper. But, courtesy of my local grocery store, a 2-liter bottle of Royal Crown Cola will suffice, I guess. So I'm not thirsty the whole night. But anyway, what do I have to talk about this week? What do I have to pick your brains with? Well, believe it or not, there's a list of otakus that Japanese women would like to date. That's right. I want to discuss that. That's actually caught my attention. It is my sad duty to announce that Ryan Reynolds has been cast to play Detective Pikachu. Yes, he will be doing the voice of Pikachu in Detective Pikachu. And I'm not exactly looking forward to that. Your Bitcoins are no longer good on Steam. Yep, that's right. I'm going to be explaining about that. My all-time favorite Power Ranger is on Chuck Norris's level of badassery. That's right, I'm going to be talking about that. If you went to see Coco when it came out and you were stuck watching that stupid Frozen short, good news! It got yanked. That's right. And Berserk is planning a return for the manga after one of its many hiatuses. Maybe I have some more information, maybe I don't. Who knows? That's all this week on the absolutely completely random podcast. And like always, you know the song and dance. If you're looking for collectibles, and I'm not going to sing it, but if you're looking for collectibles, oddities, weird stuff, you know what I mean, check out my eBay page. I am in the process of trying to get more stuff up as quickly as I can. Night shift, like I said, has been kicking my butt. I really am trying. It just takes a lot to take the pictures, write the description, and do the research to make sure that I'm not, cheating myself and seeing what the good price is, whether or not I have to just lump something in as a lot, or if I can actually just sell it individually. That does take time. But anyway, if you're looking for oddities, collectibles, whatnot, check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. And if you follow me on Twitter, thanks. It means a lot. No, you're not getting anything special for it other than my undying gratitude and the fact that you get to look at me tweet stuff and occasionally tweet my items that I have up for sale on eBay and any random thought that pops in my head. But you can follow me on Twitter at Otaku Rhodes if you're interested. I'm in somewhat of a good mood. I actually got a good nap today after working all night. And I'm still fighting my cold. Thank you very much, Mother Nature. I'm still fighting my cold. But anyway, yes, it's snowing. Woo! At about 6 inches. Boo! Yeah, so that's fun. But anyway, how was my week? Let's start off the podcast like we usually do, like I do every week with the opening. How was my week? My week was good. My week was great. I'm a major philosopher and believer in the theory of yin and yang. And for every good thing, something bad must happen to balance out the world. Like, for example, you find $5 going into a grocery store, but the item that's supposed to be on sale is no longer there. Or an item that you've been buying there for years has been discontinued. Something good will always be counteracted by something bad and vice versa. Like, if you get a flat tire, you get a flat tire driving somewhere and you end up finding like $20 or your favorite TV show's on. Like your favorite episode of something's on when you get home. Yin and yang. It balances out the world. It really does. If you think about it, it does. But anyway, this week was good and not good at the same time. Night shift, like I said, has been kicking my butt. I'm tired of night shift. I hate night shift with a passion. I can't take night shift much longer. It's driving me insane. But needless to say, things at work are going well, for the most part. But I have an interesting story. Yep, that's right, an interesting story. No, it's not a work-related story either. It's an interesting story. So, every week, the grocery store that I go to with my mom, they have a flyer that they release the week before to tell you, hey, this is what we have on sale coming up. These are some of our specials. You know, the standard advertisement flyer that you would get in the mail. So, we're looking through that last week, and I'm looking at it quick on Tuesday before we go to the store, and I'm like, ooh, they got pizza rolls on sale. Now, I'm a big fan of Tostino's pizza rolls. I'm huge fan of those. I don't get to eat them that often because the little bastards are like $5 for a bag of 40 and almost $9 to $10 for a bag of 90. And the little boxes that have 15 in them, I could just inhale that and still not be hungry. I mean, I could literally eat an entire 40-count bag for lunch. And that's my lunch. But anyway, they had them on sale, and I thought, oh, this is cool. And it's the 90-count bag for $5.97, which is actually a good bargain. You're saving $3.10 because they're $9.07 normally. That's not bad at all. So, we pick up a bag on Tuesday. We go out to the car. My mom's looking at the receipt, and she goes, They didn't come up $5.97. They came up $9.07. I looked at her. I said, well, then go back in and complain. She goes, you go back in and complain. They're your pizza rolls. So I go back in, and I'm nice and calm. I'm not pissed off. I'm not flying off the handle. I'm not wanting to jump over the counter and strangle somebody. No, I'm calm. I just explained to the person it didn't come up right. It's supposed to be $5.97. It came up $9.07. And the lady behind the counter was so nice about it. She goes, okay, not a problem. She quick filled out a little slip of paper that I had to sign. And she refunds me. I'm thinking that I'm getting the difference back, which would have been $3.10. No, I got the whole $9.07 back. As I'm walking out the door, I think to myself, she gave me 7 cents and $9. Why do I have $9.07? I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm walking out the door thinking, you know what? She screwed up. I'm not going back in and telling her she screwed up. She messed up in my favor. Only to get out to the car and explain this to my mom and go, yeah, you know, she screwed up. She gave me $9.07 back. And my mom goes, oh, no, that's their that's part of their guarantee. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, apparently the store we go to, unbeknownst to me, by the way, has a guarantee that if something you buy doesn't scan right, you're basically getting it for free because he'll refund you what it rang up. So if it's on sale for, let's say, $1, and it comes up $5, you're getting the $5 back. Which I didn't know. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I got a free bag of pizza rolls. Now, we go to this store twice a week. So we go down yesterday, which is Friday. And this is fun because we go there, walk up to the register, pay for our stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, now we got a couple bottles of shampoo for me because they were on sale, and I wasn't going to get a chance. I didn't know if I was going to get a chance to get to the one store that I can pick it up at for $1. But it was 2 of them for $2. I'm like, oh, that's $1 a piece. Yeah. You know, what the heck? So we picked those up. Well, those didn't scan right. And we picked up another bag of pizza rolls because my mom wanted a cheese one to try. And that didn't scan right either again. I go back in and we're like, okay, this time it was my mom because we caught this before we even got out to the car. And my mom goes, okay, it didn't scan right. And this time we had, the guy behind the counter was helping us this time. So he's going around quick to look and see where the shampoo bottles are. It's like, okay. And then he's walking to see where the pizza rolls are. He comes back, fills out the slip of paper. My mom signs it because she was the one that complained this time. And he gives her back change. Now, I looked at that receipt that she was signing, and it came up that the shampoo was supposed to be $1 a pop, and it came up $1.27. So on the receipt, it has $1.27 And then the next one, it's 0.27. And it's kind of interesting. I'm half asleep because I gotten done with night shift. We went to the laundromat. We went to the grocery store. I'm half asleep. And we're walking out to the car and I'm going, they screwed you again. And she just looks at me like, no. I said, yes. She goes, no. And she's arguing with me on the whole, well, how did they screw me again? I said, how much was this? She goes, this much. I said, okay. I said, and how much did you get back? I got back. I said, no, you didn't. The pizza rolls were $9.07. That's what they rang up again. So they weren't ringing up the sale price. And 2 bottles of shampoo at $1.27 a pop would have came out to $11.61. They gave her $10.61. They screwed her out of $1. And it's ironic that she's arguing with me. She's like, well, no. I said, Mom, I said, 2 $1 and a 9 equals 11. And then all of a sudden she goes, oh, crap. I'm not going to worry about $1. I agree with her. That's fine. I'm just not going to worry about $1. That's fine. I agree with her on that. But I just get a kick out of this. My mom, who was able to pull a massive SUV while I'm pushing it and turning red in the face, she's pulling it like it's nothing months ago. And here, I'm half asleep, basically counting the seconds till I get home and get to bed so I can go to work last night. And it's like, they screwed you again. And she's looking at me like, no, they didn't. Yes, they did. I can vouch for it. Simple mathematics will tell you that. I'm sure with this newfangled math that they're teaching kids nowadays, they would probably still come back and explain to her that she still got screwed out $1 in a fancier way. Whereas me telling her 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 9 is 11. But it was still kind of funny. At least I thought it was kind of hilarious. I mean, at first I'm thinking, okay, I ate my free bag of pizza rolls the last 2 nights before I went to work. They were it's Wednesday and Thursday night. I ate them for dinner before I went to work. They were the sweetest tasting pizza rolls I have ever had because they were free because the store screwed up. My mom has yet to try her cheese ones. So that's pretty cool. At least as of the podcast tonight, she's yet to try them because they're still in the freezer. But that's pretty cool. So that was how my week went. Like I said, night shifts getting to be a pain in the neck. Holidays starting to become a pain in the neck. Snow's driving me nuts already, and it's not even winter time yet. But that was my week. Like I said, good and bad. It all has to balance out somehow, but it was just hilarious with that. It was just hilarious with the whole, oh yeah, we're just gonna up and have the, I just got a free bag of pizza rolls. I mean, a couple weeks prior to that, we ended up getting 2 bags that were the sale price because the store employees that were stocking the shelves didn't swap the signs out, and we brought it to the attention of the one person there, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, well, I gotta sell them to you at that price then because it's like, okay, I took the sign off now, but yeah, here, take this up to them, tell them that I said because somebody screwed up and didn't take the thing off because it expired the week before. But still, that doesn't beat a free 90-count bag of pizza rolls because the store ain't getting it right. That's the best part in my mind as to that. But anyway, that was my week. So let's jump into the podcast because this opening's gone long. But yeah, that was my week. Hope you guys enjoy that story. I try to have some good ones for you. I really do. Okay, so for those of you out there like myself that are trying to find your significant other, in this case, you're an otaku. You're into anime, you're into manga, you're into gaming and other stuff, all the stuff that's situated with an otaku. You're into this. How would you feel if women suddenly wanted to date you? First off, right here, I'd be interested in that. That would make my day. Well, good news, hapless nerds like myself. Japanese women have listed the types of otaku they'd like to date. the Japanophiles among us are no doubt aware. While in English, the word otaku basically refers to fans of anime and manga, in the original Japanese, it means something more along the lines of someone who's really into one specific thing. Okay, sure, I'll agree with that. That's actually an astute observation of it if you think about it, because they're into one particular thing. It's a thing that a lot of people hate, and I mean, let's face it, otakus have not had a good reputation in Japan. They really don't. There are entire portions of Japan that if you even hint that you like anime, they will chase you down. They may not chase you down physically, but they'll give you the death stare or the shunning because they don't like that. They want to distance themselves from anime so badly it's not funny in certain places, and that's what's sad, because that's a really great thing to be known for. Of course, you could also just be known for the Godzilla movies and samurai flicks, but then again, where's half the fun in that? But a Japanese site, LiveDoor, has the number of women who wouldn't mind dating an otaku is on the rise. Woohoo! According to a survey of readers, these are the 9 most desirable or 9 most dateable types of otaku and why. So here's the entire list. This is kind of interesting. Now, I did not get a chance to read this prior to the podcast. I just glanced it. So you have a train otaku, Train. And the reason why is, would take me to lots of interesting places. Okay. In all honesty, I could agree on that. So it's basically, so I'm figuring out what each otaku is. So since it's somebody who's really interested in one thing, it's not too bad. So you have a train otaku be somebody that likes riding trains all the time, likes looking at trains, admiring trains, things like that. That'd be cool. So go to a lot of interesting places. Yeah. Video game otaku. We could get riled up playing together. Well, yeah, you're playing video games. It's understandable. A rock otaku can see lots of live shows, as it's like rock and roll music. You have a car otaku, can go on drives. Robot anime otaku. Better robot fighters than figures of anime girls. Yeah! I like robot anime too, but come on. You have a camera otaku, could probably take good pictures of me. A movie otaku could introduce me to interesting films I don't know about. That's called the internet. History otaku could teach me things I don't know. That's your teachers in school. Come on. And consumer electronics otaku could give me advice when I'm shopping. So honestly, looking at this list, it seems like a whole bunch of... Okay, besides the train, video game, camera, and robot anime, and maybe the movie one to a point, the rest of those are basically hobbies. History otaku is literally a teacher. Honestly, that could be a teacher, professor, somebody at a freaking museum. Car otaku, that's basically your people that drive the car. So, okay, you can throw that in the other list then, too. Movie otaku, you could throw in. But seriously, the history one, that's basically like a freaking teacher. And consumer electronics one, that's... Come on, that's freaking Yelp or CNET. I mean, ugh. But the question that was asked, what type of otaku would you like to date, and why? Don't have an answer for that, really. Mostly because, let's face it, if I ever meet a girl that's interested in anime, that's a freaking miracle right there. Dating is difficult as it is. You have the process of screwing up way exceeds the probability of success. You have about a 1.2% chance of succeeding. But that number gets slimmer and slimmer and slimmer each and every day. And eventually, by the time you work up the courage to actually ask somebody you like to go out with you, your 1.2% chance out of a solid 100. So you're already facing a 99 or 98.8% chance of failure. Out of that, it drops dramatically to basically 0.2%. And it drops fast. And I'm not meaning this to be like, cynical or anything. Honestly, it's true. And that's sort of, the whole... That's the whole point here. I mean, if dating were easy, everyone would be in a relationship. Everyone would be with someone if dating were easy. If anything were easy, the world would not have such problems. But let's face it, the world is not... no. The world's not that easy. And dating is difficult. No one will deny it. Dating is a pain in the neck. But honestly, you're not going to get anywhere by going, oh, well, I wouldn't mind dating this type of person, because if you're trying to date somebody that's just like you, first off, that's a horrible idea. Opposites attract for a reason. Science teaches you this. At least I'm hoping science still teaches this. I don't know. Maybe they came up with some newer science since I've been out of high school, where opposites no longer attract, and magnets with the same polarity attract one another. I don't know. But you never want to find somebody that's exactly like you. For a whole multitude of reasons. You're going to run out of things to talk about. You're going to start to get on each other's nerves much more quickly. And there won't be anything new and interesting to learn about each other because, well, guess what? You're basically the same person. That's the whole concept. And it's sad but true. Because you always have these people that go, oh, I always want to find somebody that's just like me. No, you don't. You really don't want to find somebody that's just like you. I have not had luck in love, in the love department. So don't take any advice from me when it comes to love. I've had about as much luck in the love department as I have had ever trying to win the lottery. 0.0%. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll win like $1 or $2 now and then. I think the most I ever got once was on a couple of holiday tickets that I got as a gift. Woo! That was a great year. I basically gave me spending money for a couple of years because I really stretched it out. But other than that, it's like, yeah, woo! You don't have much of a chance to... What's the word I'm looking for here? You don't have much of a chance, basically. And it's basically you're playing the odds as to whether or not the person you're going to like is that. So, granted, it's nice to know the types of otakus that they'd be interested in dating. So, if you find, a clique that you like video games, okay, you'd be perfect for that. Trains, you're perfect for that. You could probably be a computer junkie, like a computer otaku. There's probably some that'll like that. It's probably number 10 on the list of 9. TV otaku. There's probably a whole crap ton of them that are out there. There's probably a book otaku, anything and everything. But still, it's interesting to know that there are 9 out there that at least women are considering. That's good, but still, it's kind of sad that it's only that 9 and not a more broader spectrum, but still, it's not too bad. So at least gives us hapless nerds some hope. See, there is hope for us after all. We're not losers. We're not complete and total wimps. We do have a chance. And the planets fall out of alignment. Pretty much like the right moment. Yep, planets are now out of alignment. Yep, we're screwed. We're hapless nerds. This portion of the Absolutely Completely Random podcast is brought to you by the internet. electricity, the air, the sky, the sun, the universe, the galaxy, the particles that make up that galaxy, and whatever alien race decides to invade us next. Come on, Vulcans! Live long and prosper! So, a few weeks ago, I did talk about this on the podcast, a few episodes back, that Detective Pikachu was looking for a voice, and there were 4 actors that were up for the consideration for the part. And Ryan Reynolds was one of them. And unfortunately, for those of us that were looking forward to having a nice, wholesome Pikachu movie, yeah, Ryan Reynolds is going to be in it. Now, look, I have nothing against the guy, okay? I just want to get that right off the bat. I have nothing against the man. My beef is with the fact that they're making a Detective Pikachu movie, and you're having an actor who is what I'd like to call a B-list actor. He's not an A-lister. He's not an A-minus actor. He's a B-list actor. He is who you call when you can't get Hugh Jackman on the phone. I'm sorry. That's what he is to me. When you can't get Hugh Jackman, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Pratt, when you can't get any of them on the phone, and yes, I know I just named Marvel characters, bite me, but when you can't get them on the phone, you call Ryan Reynolds. That is who I always think. It's like, oh, Ryan Reynolds is in this. Okay, so what? Will Smith turned it down? It's just, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But he is going to be in the new Detective Pikachu movie. Ryan Reynolds will be voicing Pikachu. And he signed on with to star in Legendary's live-action Pokemon movie, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The concept of Pokemon, which launched a video game that transformed into a card-collecting TV and movie franchise. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. I'm pretty sure that the manga came before the game. At least I'm pretty sure it did. But anyway, yeah, sure, okay, we'll go with that. I know it was a video game at first because Gen 1, then Gen 2, then Gen 3, which they finally released in Pokemon Go. My friends are happy. I have no investment in that game, so I don't care. But anyway, it sees players acting as trainers who collect cute but powerful monsters called Pokemon in order to compete in battles and tournaments. Unless your name is Ash Ketchum, in which case you will never win a major tournament. You will only win your little side shit shows, you little loser. That's the best I can say. It's been, 20 years? He's yet to win the Pokemon League. 20 years! 20 years! Every time, I have more Pokemon League trophies than he does. And I have played the Kanto region when they re-released Gen 1 for the Game Boy Advance. I played the Hoenn region. That was my very first game I ever had, was the Sapphire. So I played the Hoenn region. I played the Kanto region. I played the Sinnoh region, and I played the Unova region. So, I hate to break it to you, I got 4. Count them, 4 trophies. If you consider Pokemon Coliseum won by beating it, then I have 5. So, yeah, I'm still better than him. I'm still better than Ash. We are all better than Ash Ketchum. What's he won? I won the Orange Islands. Woo! You won a 4-round thing where you took on some guy's Dragonite for the win. What else did you win? The Battle Pyramid? Oh, you mean the thing that they put into the one game? That you could take on in the one game? Yeah, everybody can beat that if they train hard enough. Oh, I beat the, I beat more things! Yeah, sure you did. Come back when you have a Pokemon League trophy. I don't want to get too far off topic on that, because it just pisses me off. But anyway, Reynolds is joining, apparently, Justice Smith, that's a weird name, who will be seeing the upcoming Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, How many more Jurassic Park movies can you make? I mean, don't get me wrong, Jurassic Park was a good series. I mean, damn, I enjoyed some of the movies. Hell, I enjoy dinosaurs. They're cool. Dinosaurs will always be cool, but how many Jurassic movies can you make? And Big Little Lies actress Catherine Newton in the movie titled Detective Pikachu, based on the gaming franchise. Rob Letterman from Goosebumps. That's the Jack Black one. That was a... No. Is directing the project, which is due to start shooting mid-January in London. So I'm guessing... Well, it's already got some nails in its coffin. It's got It's got an actor that I never heard of before, an actress I've never heard of before, and a director who I'm guessing did Goosebumps, which I like the book series. I'm sorry. If R.L. Stine is... I'm pretty sure he's still alive yet. I don't remember ever hearing about him dying. But let's face it. I'm going to safely say this. The book series is a lot better than that movie. It really, really is. Goosebumps is not a scary book. People always said it's scary. It's not exactly scary. It's what you call childish ghost stories. It's things that would make your... literally like make the hair on your arm stand on edge. Or make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It's that level of creepy. It's not full on, okay, we're talking the Blob here. It's not like that. But it is definitely, it's not scary. But that Jack Black movie was just abysmal. And Nickelodeon, I think, had a hand in that, and that made it even worse. But anyway, I digress. Let us get back on topic here. So, this is interesting. The article here, they say Pikachu is a species of Pokemon. No, duh! Please tell me more! While Detective Pikachu, the character, is a peculiar sort of Pikachu a peculiar sort from the Pikachu set. A self-styled investigator who is good at finding things. And Reynolds is going to be portraying this titular character, this titular detective. Oh, goody! Look, like I said, I have nothing wrong with Ryan Reynolds. I've seen R.I.P.D. He was good in R.I.P.D. I'm not that big a fan of Deadpool, so I haven't exactly watched the Deadpool movie. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind seeing Deadpool in small amounts, like a trailer or a clip. I don't, however, have... I want to say the temperament... Yeah, screw it. I don't have the temperament to sit through an hour and 45 minutes or longer of him. 30 minutes is about my maximum. If that's me really stretching it. Deadpool is just not one of my favorite characters. I mean, in all honesty, if you want to go on the entire archetype of the Marvel characters available that I can look at, Deadpool ranks about as high as Fing Fang Foom. And if you don't know who that is, that's kind of bad. He's a three-headed dragon. He ranks about as high as that. I would rather watch Whiplash taking on Captain America while Spider-Man is getting his brains beaten in by the Abomination than watch Deadpool basically annihilate the fourth wall. That's the whole... That's just like one of... That's the main reason why I'm not a fan of Deadpool. It's not that I don't like the character. I can get on track with the character. I like that trailer that they have for the second movie, the Bob Ross thing. That was kind of interesting. I laughed. I still laugh at it. Especially now that I found out there's a Bob Ross YouTube channel, and he actually does whack the paintbrush off on the leg of the easel. I didn't know that! So it just makes the joke from that trailer even funnier. But, So it's not exactly that I'm too, I'm not 100% against it. He's not one of my all-time favorites. And we all have that type of character that we just can't stand. The one character that, no matter what, we can't really put up with seeing multiple times a day or multiple movies, where we just have to have some sort of a break from them. That's what I am. I saw Deadpool basically in X-Men Origins Wolverine, when he was sort of created as Weapon X, or whatever they called him, when they basically sewed, or whatever they did to shut the one guy up who became Deadpool in the end. I saw that. Fine, it's not exactly a bad thing. I've seen the playthrough for the Deadpool game, and I've seen the clips from the Deadpool movie. I've seen the trailers. Like I said, in all honesty, it's just one of those, as cool as the character seems, you have to look at the reverse side of that coin. There's always the flip side of the coin, and that's what I see with this. But Ryan Reynolds, I have no beef with. Him voicing my favorite Pokemon, I have a problem with. To be fair, I did mention this way back. Way back when I talked about this topic. When they had about the 4 voice actors for it, I did specify I wasn't a fan of any of them. So it's not that, if somebody else would have been getting this role, I would have been saying the same thing out of those 4, that, or saying that, I really like this one. No, I wasn't a fan of any of them. In all honesty, if I would be in charge of the movie and they would have said, okay, these are the 4 people that we picked to narrow it down for, I would have handed them back the folders and said, keep looking. None of them. Keep looking. It just doesn't seem, to me, this doesn't seem like a role that he would fit. I mean, I can picture Pikachu talking. Don't get me wrong, I can picture that. To a point, but I can picture it. What I can't wrap my head around is a guy that, like I said, is sort of a B-list actor, voicing the character. But here's the premise for the movie. So he's taking his performance art to the next level with Deadpool 2, so you do have that coming out. But the story, though, for Detective Pikachu, apparently Justice Smith's character, his character's father, or character, I don't know if it's a he or she, honestly, is kidnapped, forcing the teen to team up with Pikachu in order to find him. Newton will play a sassy journalist who helps them on their quest. Oh, God. So, in other words, I'm seeing a Professor Layton ripoff here. So, Detective Pikachu is basically a Professor Layton ripoff, where you're just replacing Professor Layton with Pokemon number 25 from the Kanto region. There you go. Yep. That's what it seems like. Many of the details of the project are being kept off the grid. Oh, no, duh. Including the casting, which has been conducted under the radar by the usual secretive legendary. Yes, the secret society of legendary pictures. You know, the ones that are responsible for so many great films. I know they did some good movies. I have seen some good ones from them, but let's face it, when you're keeping stuff secretive and you're really going, okay, here's what you have to look forward to with this Pikachu movie, that means one of 3 things. Either you don't have very high hopes for it, you have high hopes for it, or you just don't see it going the way it's supposed to go. In all honesty, fine. I don't know, but anyway, it's sort of weird. But yeah, they're sort of like the secret society. Anything that they do, they will keep that thing so close to the vest it isn't funny until they are ready to release the information. The company has high hopes for the feature project, as the Pokemon franchise has sold 300 million video games worldwide, shipped 23.6 billion TCG cards to 74 countries, and has produced an animated series spanning 20 seasons. Yes, and the trading cards have constantly had to be changed. The gameplay for the trading cards had to be changed for those that actually play it. They came out with Pokemon Go from Niantic, jumped on the popularity of Pokemon, and that's starting to wane a bit. The Pokemon series has spanned for 20 years, but you haven't aged the main character at all, and now you gave him a weird redesign, which pissed off some people, and you're banking a lot for this. Keep in mind that a lot of people had high hopes for World of Warcraft. A lot of people had high hopes for The Adventures of Pluto Nash. A lot of people had high hopes for Justice League. Are you seeing the pattern here? We have high hopes for this movie. World of Warcraft bombed in the US. If it wasn't for the overseas market, it would have been a complete failure. Adventures of Pluto Nash, which actually came before that. I should put these in chronological order, but they're the ones that came to my mind first. Adventures of Pluto Nash bombed. Yanked out of theaters after one showing. One single showing, yanked from theaters. That's not good. Justice League. So many high hopes were placed on Justice League, thinking this movie's gonna be the epitome of all the DC characters. We're finally gonna be competing with Marvel. Yeah! That thing freaking bombed! You're just hearing the flatline sound as it hit. That's all you heard. I guarantee you people that probably went to that movie that were thinking that this was going to be great, they were probably sitting there and you could just hear the whole flatline. The movie was not great, and so many things were wrong with it because it just was wrong. But you see my point. A lot of hopes were put on these high-end movies, thinking, hey, we're going to be taking something that's really popular and we're going to be making a mint about it. How come I never saw Fidget Spinner the movie? The Emoji Movie. I can throw that on my list for horrible flops. The Emoji Movie was a train wreck. You made an entire movie about emoticons, Sony. You see the pattern here. I mean, I know this is Legendary and that's Sony, but still. Sony had high hopes for that, and it bombed. Legendary has high hopes for this. Just because you're making a movie about Pokemon doesn't mean it's going to translate to cash. There's an entire formula here. Okay, so you take Pikachu, divide it by Charizard, multiply it by Blastoise, square root of Mewtwo, and I have no idea. You need an entirely new concept to try to figure out the mathematics for how this will work. But it's just hilarious that these movie studios are like, we have high hopes for this. I hope you have high hopes for all your movies. Not just for ones that you think are going to make you a crap ton of money. Why don't you make a movie about a tiny little robot? I'd have high hopes for that. Make a movie about a bird that's singing all the time, that loses its voice and is trying to find it. Then put your high hopes on that. Actually, that would be a pretty cool movie. I'd actually probably go see that. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic here. Alex Hirsch and Nicole Perlman wrote the latest draft of the script. Universal is handling distribution of the live-action film outside Japan. Toho is going to handle the distribution in Japan. If Toho's doing it in Japan, this had better be good, otherwise they're putting their reputation on the line. You know what? Never mind. Their reputation can take a couple hits and they'll still come out on top. I'm sorry, it's true. They can take a few dozen hits and they'll still come out smelling like roses on the other end. But Ryan Reynolds, for those of you who are looking forward to the second Deadpool movie, the sequel is set to open June 1st, and he's repped by WME and Sloan Offer. Whatever that means. I guess this is if you want to get a hold of him. You just don't shine the Reynolds signal into the sky. Nobody's going to know what that means. Basically, just try getting a hold of Hugh Jackman. He probably has this answering machine. Literally forward it right to him. I don't really want to. I'm too busy. Have my voicemail automatically redirect to Ryan Reynolds for movies and stuff like that. Ones that I don't have the time to do or that I wasn't considered for. I could have voiced a tiny electric mouse detective. Yeah. I could have seen that. I would have paid for that. I would have actually paid to see that. How come we couldn't have got Hugh Jackman to do the voice? Legendary? What the hell? That would have been more fun. Oh, man. That would have been good. So if any of you out there have been paying attention to the rising demand of Bitcoins, congratulations. That means that you probably have something that's worth over $15,000 or over $16,000. Last I checked was like Thursday night. It was like $16,000 it was up to. Or like over $16,000. Well, if you have Bitcoin, here's some bad news. Remember the old saying, your money's no good here? Well, if you try walking into Steam with a pile of Bitcoins, your money is no good here. Steam is no longer accepting the cryptocurrency. $20 transaction fees, quickly changing valuation of the damn currency. Yeah, it's untenable according to them. Now, don't get me wrong, the bubble's eventually going to burst on the Bitcoin thing. I mean, the bubble burst on the .com. I mean, come on, seriously. The bubble burst on the .com at some point. It's going to burst on this, too. This is basically just a newer .com. So, when Valve first started accepting Bitcoin as an option for Steam purchases last April, the cryptocurrency was trading around $450. Now, this article that I got is a couple days old, so it is a little more than that. But today, with Bitcoin surging past $12,000 per coin, that's right, $12,000 per coin. Which makes me wish I had just one coin I could pay off my student loans. 8 coins, I could live a nice lap of luxury. If I had 150 of those things, I'd cash them out and retire. Then I could just do YouTube videos all day for all my fans. But Valve has announced that Steam will no longer support Bitcoin as payment method for their platform due to the high fees and volatility of the value of Bitcoin. Yeah, when it goes from 12,000 one day to 15,000 the next day to 16,000 within a few hours, I would have some issues there. So, transaction fees were the main thing for this. Their charge to customers using Bitcoins have surged throughout 2017. Valve says it peaking at $20 last week from its starting of about 20 cents. That's a huge spike, by the way. I mean, 20 cents to $20. That's huge. When Steam first started using the currency, it was 20 cents. Now it's $20. So, where the hell was I? Okay. So with Valve unable to control these blockchain-linked costs passed on from third-party BitPay, yeah, gotta love BitPay, the company worried that it was leading to unreasonably high costs for purchasing games when paying with Bitcoin. Though apparently these costs, Bitcoin users as a whole have been willing to shoulder, of late. But still, eventually they're not going to want to do that anymore. You're paying 16 Bitcoins for a game that you could just pay $5 for. I mean, seriously. And 16 bitcoins, if they're, over 12,000 per coin, that's a lot of money for a game. Honestly. Bitcoin's extremely volatile, and volatile valuation has also gotten in the way of its usefulness for Steam users. Valve said with Bitcoin values changing so rapidly, the amount of Bitcoin needed to cover a purchase can change significantly between the time a purchase is initiated and when it's completed. That's kind of like gold. Gold changes periodically throughout the day. There's an episode, my mom watches a show, at least, yeah, she still watches it online yet. A show called The Amazing Race. And her and I were getting into it the one season because she challenged me to, see if we could each figure out the challenge, write it down on a piece of paper, and then figure it out. Then we kind of forgot about it, and I just started watching the show for the heck of it because there was nothing else on a Sunday night. Thank you, Fox, for interrupting my Simpsons with football. Bad football, I might add. It wasn't soccer, it was just really bad football playing. But we were just getting into it, and the one time they had to figure out gold. So what they had to do is they had to weigh it out, they had to figure out what the cost was, and there's a big screen that was tuned to a financial channel that had what the current price of gold was. And it fluctuated by the minute. So like you think you got it figured out, you look back up there, it's wrong because it changed within a minute. You had to get it spot on. I think they gave them like a little bit of a leeway since it could have changed between them figuring it out and taking it to the person to, say, hey, we got it. It could have changed. I think they gave them a bit of a leeway, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's sort of like that. And that's kind of bad. So, yeah. But according to Valve, fixing the situation with a quick refund or a request for additional payment incurs more of those high transaction fees. Well, yeah, if you gotta give them a freaking refund of their bitcoins, that's $20 out of your pocket. And if they have to pay you more, that's an extra $20 out of their pocket. I know my favorite anime corner store, Robert's Anime Corner Store that I get the newsletter from, has a thing, we accept Bitcoin. I'm thinking maybe they should stop accepting Bitcoin. That's kind of scary. But, in all honesty, it's just, then again, they might just give you a credit then for, if it's like an overage, they might just give you a credit. But, according to Valve, the company has written this, and I quote, "At this point, it has become untenable to support Bitcoin as a payment option. We may reevaluate whether Bitcoin makes sense for us and for the Steam community at a later date." In other words, my guess is about after the bubble bursts. Yeah. But despite its soaring value, very few people use Bitcoin for everyday transactions. Like I said, in all honesty, if I had any Bitcoins, I'd probably cash them out and just take the money. Hey, I got 1,800 Bitcoins here. Thank you very much. Just pad my wallet with it and just cash it out. I mean, Bitcoins, anything that's new, currency-wise, I don't trust. Cryptocurrency, cool. As neat as it sounds, I don't trust it. I don't ask me why. It's something I can't explain. It's like wanting to buy a surge protector for $5 from a store that you're not exactly comfortable buying the crap that they sell normally. But when it comes to a surge protector, you're really not comfortable paying $5 for something that's liable to short out and cause a fire. At least that's my sort of thinking on it. Even as a handful of major companies and banks have begun to transact with the currency directly, slow speeds and high fees for Bitcoin transaction processing have led to a split with rival Bitcoin Cash, which focuses on larger blocks that allow for faster processing. And in all honesty, I don't understand any of it. Nobody does. Nobody understands any of this crap. They go, oh, I got some bitcoins, I'm rich. That's my mindset. If I had a bitcoin, I go, whoa, I'm rich. I want nothing to do with them. Like I said, I wouldn't mind it if I had some. I'd just get rid of them. It's like having something that's literally a ticking time bomb in your hands. And like I said, the bubble is eventually going to burst on this. The dot-com bubble burst, and everybody felt it. The stock market bubble burst back in the 20s. It's a great stock market crash. That burst. The bubbles burst on a lot. The video game crash in the 80s, just to name a few. So everything has an eventual breaking point where the bubble is going to burst. Granted, it will build itself back up. There will still be remnants that can slowly regrow. But eventually it's going to pop. The bubble's going to burst on this. And I don't blame Steam at all for this. No, we're not going to accept your bitcoins anymore. You want to buy our games on our platform? You got to actually pony up the cash. We sell Steam cards. We sell, this crap. Go out, buy one of those, and then get a freaking game with it. Or ask, your relatives for one for a holiday or a birthday or something. We're not taking your bitcoins anymore. No. You want our games? You have got to up and get them yourself. With actual money or one of our gift cards. No more of this Bitcoin crap. I don't blame them for it at all, and I really don't. But that's the entire, thing on that. I agree with them. Yeah, maybe down the road, they'll probably reevaluate and figure out an easy way to do it. But as far as now, yeah, I agree with them. I wouldn't touch the stuff. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind if I had some, but I wouldn't know what to do with it. I'd probably just try to get rid of it just for the heck of it because it would scare the crap out of me that I had it. But yep, so there you go. Bitcoins. The wave of the future for cryptocurrency. It's eventually going to crash and burn. Oh boy. Is it going to eventually crash? I'm going to go quick take a break. But don't worry, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Faster than you can say. Yeah, try saying that 5 times fast. Okay, growing up in the 90s, I was a huge fan of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yes, I know. I've said it multiple times. Andrew Rant's videos. I complained about Power Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce blowing. I complained about the original action figures that sucked. I complained that Bandai hasn't come out with the Legacy Shogun Megazord. I've complained, why are they remaking the old figures? At least I think I did that one. I don't remember anymore. But anyway, like I said, growing up in the 90s, I was a huge fan of the Power Rangers. In fact, I still am a fan of the Power Rangers. Season 3, Zeo, I could stand Season 2. Season 1 was alright. But Season 3, Zeo, and In Space were my all-time favorites. I did like Jungle Fury. I liked RPM. And I did kind of like, to a point, Operation Overdrive. But throughout all that, my one favorite actor in Power Rangers. Now, I had one for each gender. I can safely say that. Okay, yeah, I couldn't. No, I could. Because back then, I had my favorite female Power Ranger and I had my favorite male Power Ranger. It's true. I was a kid back then. I didn't know the difference. Okay, I knew there was a difference between boys. Yeah, okay. Before I dig myself into a ditch here, I had my favorite female Power Ranger. I had my favorite male Power Ranger when I was growing up. My all-time favorite female Power Ranger was Amy Jo Johnson, who played the Pink Ranger. My mom knows this oh so well, because every time she's on, it's like, cool. Then again, you also have to remember, I was the kid growing up that Monday afternoons, Clarissa Explains It All on Nickelodeon. 30 minutes, can't interrupt Daddy. He's watching his fake girlfriend on TV. Hey, I like Melissa Joan Hart. I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I watched Clarissa Explains It All. I watched Melissa and Joey. Yeah. But anyway, my all-time favorite male Power Ranger, though, was the leader of the team. And I always thought the de facto leader of the team, even though the Red Ranger was the leader for a while, in all honesty, he was the leader. Jason David Frank, who was the Green Ranger at first, then became the White Ranger, then the Red Zeo Ranger, the first Red Turbo Ranger, and the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. He is what I always believed to be the leader of the team. Say what you will, though the Red Ranger leads the team. No. He led the team. Jason David Frank led the team. Well, Jason David Frank just got, last Saturday, he earned his 8th degree black belt. And this, I didn't know about this until like a couple days ago, because it was on Facebook and Twitter. Because I follow him on Twitter and Facebook. It was really cool to find out, hey, he's an 8th degree black belt. And that's cool. It took him more than 40 years to earn the title and that level of skill. The only other famous actor and martial artist who is an 8th degree black belt is Chuck Norris. So he's on the same level of badassery as Chuck Norris. Because you always have those people, right? Like there was a commercial years ago. About like things like last year or the year before, there was a commercial. Chuck Norris, 2 old guys, that Geico commercial. It's like, I hear Chuck Norris is so tough. You know, this and that. Well, yeah. Now Jason David Frank's on the same level. But according to comicbook.com, Frank's ceremony took place at Rising Sun Karate Academy, which I'm pretty sure he owns. Because I know he teaches there. I know he constantly advertises. I'm pretty sure, I think he owns that. Where Frank was awarded a new belt as well as a new martial artist title. And I do apologize to any martial artists out there if I mispronounce this, but please don't shoot me. I never took martial arts. What I know, I learned from Karate Kid Part 2, Power Rangers, the White Ranger kata that he had out on DVD. Can I find a freaking copy of that? VHS. I can't find a copy of it on DVD. So that's where I learned to defend myself. The title is Hanshi Frank, Hanshi, or Hanshi, however you pronounce it. I don't want to I'll probably mispronounce it, and I apologize. It translates to example or model and samurai or warrior. So that's more than suited for him. It really is. I mean, this is a guy that when he was in his teens, or even maybe I think a little older than that, he was saving the world every weekday afternoon as a Power Ranger. And now he's basically, an 8th degree black belt. The man is basically Chuck Norris, but much cooler than Chuck Norris. I'm sorry! He is! He's cooler than Chuck Norris. There, I said it. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. I wanted to talk about that this week, because that's really cool. That's that's true determination there. It took him 40 years to earn this. So that's really impressive that he's able to do this. And I'm really, first off, as a fan of his, I'm, proud of him. I mean, seriously, that's great. But it's just really impressive that, you could do that for 40 years to learn that, to get to that level of skill, to be awarded an 8th degree black belt. I mean, that's impressive. In all honesty, if I probably try to take karate lessons, I'd probably get my ass kicked by a 5-year-old. That's saying something. I suck. But anyway, congratulations, Jason David Frank, on getting your 8th degree black belt. You earned it. 40 years, damn. Yeah, you earned that in spades. Alright, so how many of you out there went to go see Coco when it came out before Thanksgiving? How many of you had to sit through Olaf's Frozen Adventure? Well, good news for those of you that had to sit through that 21-minute Frozen short film that should have just been a freaking 6 ABC special. It's been yanked. Yay! I can hear parents rejoicing around the world. So many audience members who sat down to see Coco over the past couple weeks were not looking for warm hugs before seeing Pixar's latest animation feature. But that's what they got with a 21-minute Frozen short film played before the movie. 21 minutes! First off, I want to stress this. When I was growing up, my mom took me to the movies and my one uncle took me to the movies. In all honesty, there were kids in there, if it was a kids movie, they were screaming their heads off, running around, hyper, jumping up and down in their seat because they wanted to see the movie start. They didn't want to see, like a 5-minute short film, fine. But they don't want it. 21 minutes! I can see why parents were pissed. You're paying to go see a movie. You're not paying to go see a TV special before the movie. But Olaf's Frozen Adventure stirred up plenty of people since hitting theaters with Coco. Parents, impatient children, and critics were not happy with the extended runtime of the Frozen short film. And even theaters in Mexico were starting to yank the short due to the excessive complaints about it. Yeah, well, Disney's been listening. Yes, almighty Disney. And they will be removing the short. So they're going to be removing the short. And it was coming this week, because this article came out last Saturday, but I found it on Sunday or Monday. So either way, they're yanking they're yanking the short from the movie. So news of the Frozen short removed from Coco has been confirmed by Mashable. Disney has ordered the short to be taken off all copies of Coco starting on December 8th, which was yesterday. So if you were thinking of seeing Coco but were weary about Olaf's Frozen Adventure, just wait and they'll be gone. So basically, if you want to go see it now, you're good. You can go see the touching tale of the Day of the Dead without worrying about warm hugs and feelings of love. No, you don't have to worry about any of that. Why? It's gone. According to the site that I got this from, their own person laid into the short film, citing several complaints online, including one from the author of this, the author of the article, who saw it just before Thanksgiving. The anime short film plays before Disney and Pixar's movies. It's a tradition. You're always going to have a short film before Disney and a Pixar movie. It's a tradition. And the short film, and by short film, we mean 5 to 7 minutes. That's a short film. Literally, that is a short film. Less than 10 minutes is a short film. 5 is about your magic number. 6 is, okay, we're not bad. 7's the cutoff. Honestly, 7 minutes is a cutoff line. Not 21 minutes. That's 3 times the length. But anyway, they're usually between 5 and 7 minutes, which is what I said. And it's funny, I did not read that. I'm honest. I did not read that. That's what I was honestly thinking. A short film is literally 5 to 7 minutes long. Because I had to do that when I went to tech school. We had to make a short film, and it was about, give or take, about 7 minutes. Was about the time that my partner, my classmate, and I were shooting for when we were recording it. So it was about, my partner for the project. We were shooting for about 7 minutes. They don't intrude upon the feature film. They don't last 21 minutes. The sad thing is that Olaf's Frozen Adventure would likely have been received without much complaint if it had just debuted on television. Don't shoehorn it into a movie about the Day of the Dead. People paid to see Coco. They didn't want to see an extra 21-minute long short before the movie. Especially after spending all the time with the stupid commercials. Because you don't get trailers too much now in movie theaters. You get commercials. The last movie I went to go see... Oh, crap, this year. So it was all the way back in January, I think was the last movie I went to go see. Let me think. I'm probably wrong, but I don't think I am. Because I remember I went to go see Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions when that came out. And I think that was the last movie that I saw this year. Because I don't think I've had a chance to go to the movie since. But in all honesty, you get commercials. Then you get like 4 or 5 trailers. Then you get the movie. I don't mind trailers. I like to see trailers. It gives me an idea for something that might come up that I might want to come back and see. People constantly complain about trailers going, well, it's sort of it's a bad thing. We hate trailers before movies. No. Trailers before the movie are a good thing. That gives your eyes a chance to adjust to the darkness of the theater and the light from the screen. It gives you a chance to get that nice, comfortable position that you've been working on since you got there. And just in case you decided to show up like 2 minutes before the movie started, a chance to run out, grab your popcorn, your drink, and use the bathroom. Because I guarantee you this, if you ever sit next to me in a theater, I ain't getting up so you can slide through to go pee. Not happening. If I'm watching this movie, you're going the long way around. Now, granted, I got up a couple times for like an old lady for the one movie I went to go see once, and somebody else, but I will not get up from. That's why I usually like to sit all the way up at the top of all the way in the back, all the way up at the top, because I go to it's like stadium seating, all the way up at the top, all the way in the back, right by the edge, because then they don't have to ask me to move, because I'm literally right at the ramp to get up. They have to walk up and see me. I don't mind sitting there, because then I don't have to worry about getting up and constantly being interrupted while I'm trying to watch a movie that I paid to see. 21 minutes! Oh! So, it gets worse, though. Now that the short will be, Now that short will always have a negative connotation associated with it. Almost like if Pavlov kicked his dog in the face every time he rang a bell instead of giving him food. For most students of psychology, though, Pavlov's first experiment was to ring a bell and have his dog attack Freud's cat. Unbeknownst to you students of psychology. But yeah, the removal of Olaf's Frozen Adventure is not only good news for those who didn't want to see the Frozen short, but also for Coco's box office. Now that the short film has been removed, movie theaters can fit one more screening of Coco into their daily schedule. Because let's face it, 21 minutes! It's not a good thing. Most movies, you can get about maybe 5 to 6 showings a day. But when you add an extra 21 minutes, I'm not going to get off of that either. 21 minutes! When you add that into the runtime of the movie, which was already, I think, like an hour and a half, so that's like an hour and 51 minutes. Add that in constantly, figure it out all the time. You're going to lose time. But if you can get rid of the short, look! We just found an extra hour and something. Oh, yeah, we're going to do good now. Hey, look, we found an extra hour and a half at least. Light it up. We got another showing. But what's going to happen, though, to Olaf's Frozen Adventure? Well, it's probably just going to get a home video release at some point. In all honesty, it'd probably be like a Frozen 2-pack. Probably, no, let's see. Well, I doubt it'll be this year anymore because I don't think Disney can move that fast. Then again, if they could, that'd be scary. But I don't think they can move that fast. But if they can, more power to them. But, it'll probably be out next Christmas. Or it'll just be released as its own little short Olaf's Frozen Adventure. It'll probably just get a freaking showing on ABC and Disney. Because don't forget, Disney is the parent company of 6ABC. If I worked for ABC, I would have just earned my dollar. Yeah. But anyway, it's probably just going to get a standalone release or a combo 2-pack. But don't forget, it's just going to basically serve as a nice reminder that Frozen 2 is on its way. Frozen 2 is still scheduled for November of 2019. But what they're hoping, though, is that Olaf's Frozen Adventure didn't leave a sour enough taste in everybody's mouth to brush off any excitement for the sequel. Well, let's see. Taking that, every single time I say the word "Let It Go," the first thing that comes to my mind is that stupid song. And every single time I see some kid and I hear the parent yell, "Let it go," they start breaking out and singing said song. I don't think you gotta worry about that. Seriously, I could walk around Walmart or the Dollar Tree, and if a kid starts, if a parent says to the kid, "Let it go," and all of a sudden they'll go, "Let it go," and they start singing it. And I go, oh God, it's a Frozen fan. And you have that whole entire nightmare. But 21 minutes! Seriously! Whose brilliant idea was it? That someone's getting fired at Disney. Whose brilliant... I could just see that wonderful conversation kicking open the door. Whose brilliant idea was it to shoehorn this 21-minute abomination into Coco? We're getting slammed with complaints. Well, you approved it, sir. It was my idea. You said it was great. You're fired. Ah! I think that'd be the easiest firing in the world next to last week's Apple screw up that I talked about. I honestly think that would be the easiest thing in the world. It's like, yep, bing, done. Holy crap, that's just, oh dear God, that's just wrong. All right, we're up to our final topic of the night. That's right, because I'm getting tired, and I think this podcast is going on a little too long. At least for this week. But anyway, fans of the Berserk manga, get ready to start rejoicing. It's planning a return. The return plans have been spotted. Kentaro Mura's Berserk manga is getting ready to return from one of its many hiatuses, following a hiatus that went into effect back in June. Home magazine Young Animal announced plans to bring the series back this winter. Now, thanks to early looks at the latest issue, it looks like Berserk is officially slated to return on December 22nd. So, Berserk's one of those manga series that it's there for a while, then it has to go on a hiatus. Because I think the author ends up getting sick, or they have issues or something, and it ends up going on hiatus. Which is fine. That stuff happens. Not everything in the world can be as simple as, oh, I want to watch the manga. Like I caught myself. I want to read the manga. The manga's no longer available. Crap, what do? I know I said it. Keep in mind I said I'm tired. I'm tired. It's been a long day and a long week. But anyway, it's getting ready to return from one of its many hiatuses, which is a good thing. It's taken, last count, I think it was up to like 6. But don't quote me on it because I have to remember that, exactly how many. But it's planning to come back, so it is good news. For those of you who were waiting for it to return, it is planning to return on December 22nd. It seems that it's officially going to be returning, but keep in mind, not everything in the world is final until it's final. It's not over till the fat lady sings, is an old saying. Basically because of the old opera days, if I had to explain it. Back when there was operas yet, when you had the really large people came out and they started singing, that meant the opera was close to being over. Because when they came out, there's not much left of the opera then. Because when they came out, opera's pretty much over. You're just waiting for the standing ovation and for the lights to come back on or the candles to get lit up or for everybody to just start getting up from their seat and leaving. That's when you know, well, the fun's over. It's time to go home. So it is good news, though, that it is coming back. I personally have read some of it online, but not all of it, so I know a little bit about Berserk, but not enough to warrant, is it really that makes me excited that it's coming back? It's good and all. And for those of you wondering what that beeping noise was, that was my cell phone informing me that my battery is low. Thank you, cell phone, for telling me. Her name is Rena, by the way. So thank you, Rena, for alerting me that you're low. Sorry about that, folks. I'll cover it up to muffle that quick till I'm done. I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, that's good news, though, for fans of Berserk. It's coming back. So that's good to know. Alright, folks, and that's going to do it this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. I got to go recharge my cell phone because she was so nice enough to alert me, hey, I'm running out of power. Please plug me in. Please plug me in. I'm running low on juice. And the battery light's flashing because there's like nothing left in the tank. I guess it's running on fumes. So I got to go plug this in. I got some stuff to take care of before I get to go to sleep for the first time in my bed at night since Tuesday. But before I go, I just wanted to let everybody know that there will be an Absolutely Completely Random Podcast episode before Christmas. So there is a Christmas gift for everybody out there. All my fans, you're getting a wonderful Christmas gift this year. And what's that Christmas gift, you ask? Well, you get to listen to me on Christmas Eve. Unfortunately, I won't be able to track Santa like I did last year, which was a lot of fun, following that Holly Jolly Prowler. But I'll be able to talk about stuff that I'll find throughout the week online. So there is that. But it's just sad that I won't be able to talk about the Holly Jolly Prowler who comes into your house to leave crap. But there you go. So that is good news. I just wanted to let everybody know that. Anyway, you know the same old, same old. If you have any topic ideas, you can tweet them to me at Otaku Roads on Twitter, or email them to me at acrpodcast@gmail.com, or just leave them in my discussion section. I do try to check that as often as I can, but like I said, this week got way out of my hands really fast. But anyway, for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast, my name is Andrew Rhodes, thanking you for being here with me for another week, and I will be back next week. Same bat time, same YouTube channel. Whenever you listen to me, but same YouTube channel. Till then, everybody, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye!